LeBron James' time in the NBA is basically done, and his refusal to walk away is pulling the Lakers down with him, whether people like it or not. Fans have been saying this forever, but now even the legends are finally saying it out loud. LeBron's era is fading, and it's clearly time for Luka Dončić to step into the spotlight. This isn't just social media noise or random hot takes either. Michael Jordan flat out hinted that retirement has been knocking, and LeBron keeps ignoring the call. And that's just Jordan. Wait until you hear how Magic Johnson and Shaq reacted. They didn't sugarcoat anything, and trust me, you never heard them talk like this before. What people keep missing is that none of this started this season.
Retirement's been calling. He just won't answer.
LeBron is a bad boy too. He's a bad boy, but he's not Michael. Don't get it twisted. I love LeBron, but no.
This whole Luka takeover has been slowly building for years because it's the most logical next move for the Lakers. The only person acting surprised by it is, of course, LeBron himself. If you've really been watching, the signs are impossible to miss. By early 2026, Luka wasn't just a contender anymore. He was the center of gravity for this team.
At some point, we will see LeBron retire. But you got a 25-year-old Luka Dončić, so that means we got another good 10 years looking at the Lakers.
Just look at the All-Star voting numbers. Luka pulled in over 5.2 million fan votes, while LeBron barely cleared 3.1 million, and nobody was shocked by it at all. Fans, media, players, even legends all seem to agree it's Luka's time. So why are we still seeing Uncle LeBron out there at 41, trying to run with 20-year-olds? And it wasn't just the votes either. Early 2026 felt like Luka's full-blown arrival, especially against the Pelicans. He went crazy. 32 points, 11 assists, and 9 rebounds. Like he was making a statement the whole league couldn't ignore.
When someone like you says that Luka is a carbon copy of Larry Bird, that's obviously a more powerful statement.
I said right now, I think that you asked me, so who would Larry Bird what would he be like in the NBA? And Luka would be him or he'd be Luka.
And Luka walked off like it was just another practice run. No big deal at all. Then 2 nights later, the Lakers handled the Grizzlies, and Luka went wild again. 28 points, 10 assists, 12 rebounds, like clockwork. The crazy part is how everyone around him instantly looks better. You've got Austin Reeves taking shots he never used to even think about, and Rui Hachimura cutting harder, finishing cleaner, and playing way more confident. Now here's the part people don't want to admit, but it's not even controversial anymore.
You know, I think since we've gotten Bron back, we haven't been as organized offensively. Too many random possessions.
Because they probably kill me for it.
No, you should say it. We can edit it out. We won't.
Yeah, he played the way he played.
He plays like a white guy?
No, he plays like a black guy.
None of this needed LeBron. Anyone actually watching could see it, and legends have been quietly signaling this to LeBron for years. His run with the Lakers, and honestly, the league, is winding down. Yeah, he's still chasing greatness, but nothing he does now is changing how fans rank him next to guys like Kobe or Jordan. Magic Johnson even said it himself during a 2025 press conference. And no, it wasn't disrespect. It was reality, plain and simple. And it wasn't just Magic either. Shaq didn't dance around it at all. He flat out said the Lakers should be building the next 10 years around Luka, not planning another farewell tour for a 41-year-old. On the flip side, Cedric Maxwell, Finals MVP, 2-time champ, a guy who actually played next to Larry Bird, came out and compared Luka directly to Bird. He broke down Luka's court vision, how he bends defenses without crazy athleticism, and the way he controls the pace like a chess match.
You know, he has that old, and I hate to say it, that old Duke fundamentally sound, footwork, reaction, ability to create shots.
These aren't hot takes or online noise. These are firsthand, expert-level comparisons. Even analysts have pointed out how much smoother the Lakers' offense looks with Luka running things. The ball moves quicker, spacing is smarter, and possessions feel clean and intentional. This isn't opinion, it's measurable, and it jumps off the screen. In January 2026 alone, the Lakers' net rating with Luka on the floor without LeBron jumped to plus 5.2 in just the first quarter. And that tells you everything you need to know. His presence instantly boosts efficiency and flow. Even the clutch time numbers back it up. In that back-to-back series against Memphis, Luka was running a usage rate over 34%, posting an efficiency mark around 28%, and dropping a box plus-minus of plus 10.8.
It's a gift. We're talking about the 25-year-old that is top 3 player of the universe. I can't think of a more amazing starting point to build a roster for the next decade.
These aren't empty, flashy stats meant to look good on paper. This is Luka fully running the offense, creating clean looks and staying efficient while dragging the team through pressure moments. Meanwhile, LeBron has been suiting up less, dealing with back soreness and constant injuries, and the message couldn't be clearer anymore. It's time to wrap it up, and deep down, LeBron knows it too. That's why everything feels so tense. He stayed hoping for one last run, one final chance to shape the story of his legacy. But Luka shouldn't have to wait for anyone's permission. Just like Shaq said, LeBron isn't moving the needle for the Lakers anymore, and the numbers prove they don't actually need him. If you want proof, just watch the games. Early in the 2025-26 season, LeBron missed the first 14 games because of his back, and it ended up being the perfect showcase. The old narrative of him being some unstoppable force looked outdated fast because the team didn't just survive without him, they thrived. The Lakers went 10-4 during that stretch, and Luka wasn't just stacking stats. He was carrying the offense, controlling the pace, and putting everyone else in perfect positions to win. Over those games, he averaged 28 points, 9 rebounds, and 11 assists per night, with efficiency around 27.5% and a box plus-minus of plus 9.3. And the team numbers make it even louder when you look at them closely. While LeBron was sidelined, the Lakers' net rating without him sat at plus 1.1, meaning they were winning on both ends of the floor. The moment he came back, that same number dipped to minus 2.5, and that's not a coincidence. Being a real leader isn't something you can fake or talk your way into. While LeBron was dealing with injuries, Luka was already locked in and ready for the team to keep moving forward. He said it himself. Hopefully, LeBron can join us as soon as possible. But the mindset has to be next man up. I just want to play basketball, whatever it takes to win. That wasn't scripted. That was confidence speaking. He wasn't waiting for approval or checking egos. He took control. That mix of production and mindset is rare in today's NBA, especially at just 26 years old. It honestly brings back memories of watching MJ or Kobe take charge without hesitation. The Lakers' early success without LeBron made one thing impossible to ignore. Luka wasn't just keeping the team afloat, he was proving they could actually improve without LeBron slowing things down. Everybody sees it, including LeBron himself. He's not the unstoppable force he used to be. By the time he returned, the Lakers had already found a rhythm without him. And plugging the old guard back in wasn't smooth at all. If you think it's just chemistry or blame the team, look at the numbers. Through January, LeBron was averaging around 22 to 24 points per game, a big drop from his usual high 20s and low 30s run. His field goal percentage slid to about 48%, down from his career mark near 50%. That may sound small, but with him taking more perimeter shots than ever, that efficiency drop hits way harder than people want to admit. And those are just the basic scoring numbers. His assists have dropped to about 6.8 a game, rebounds down to roughly 5.4. Now look, for a 41-year-old, that's not terrible at all. But those aren't the numbers you expect from someone who's supposed to be leading the whole team every night. And here's the wild part. LeBron's legendary streak of 1,297 straight regular season games with at least 10 points was one of his biggest flexes when talking about his value to the league. That streak, it ended this season in December against the Raptors. The Lakers still won, 123-120, but Mr. I'm never retiring finished with just 8 points. 8? That alone tells you how fast things are changing. He's also been dealing with chronic back pain, sciatica, and nonstop joint issues, which have forced him to miss games or play limited minutes. In the first 30 games of the 2025-26 season, he only played 18 full games, and you can see it with your own eyes. His first step isn't the same. The side-to-side movement is slower. And when the Lakers try to push the pace, LeBron just can't carry that load for 36 to 40 minutes anymore. Even from a coaching perspective, it's obvious. J.J. Redick, the Lakers head coach, openly said the team looked less organized after LeBron came back. And when your own coach is saying that out loud, you know it's not just noise. Then there's the off-court distractions, constant chatter about his connections, questions about influence, the whole Bronny situation, and other strange storylines following him around. Let's be real, LeBron staying in LA right now feels less about the team and more about chasing one last ring so he can say he's on Kobe's level with championships. But even then, MJ's 6 rings are still untouchable, and everyone knows it. Meanwhile, there's a locked-in 26-year-old ready to take over right now. And sure, LeBron will always be LeBron when it comes to name and legacy, but the reality on the court, that version isn't there anymore, no matter how much people want to believe it is. And all those legends who were quietly hinting at this, they were right the whole time. If you've been paying attention, you probably noticed I've held back when comparing these two. But let's stop tiptoeing and say it straight. Luka is a better player than LeBron James right now. There, I said it. And it's not even close once you line them up head to head. By early 2026, Luka was putting up around 33.5 points, 8.7 assists, 7.9 rebounds, and 1.5 steals per game, while LeBron sat closer to 21.7 points, about 6 to 7 assists, 5.4 rebounds, and 1 steal. That gap isn't small, it's loud. Luka is logging heavy minutes at peak efficiency, running the offense, and still closing games strong. LeBron, on the other hand, is stuck on a minutes restriction because of injuries, and even in those limited runs, the overall impact just isn't the same anymore. Here's another reality check. In his first 6 seasons, Luka already stacked 5 All-NBA first-team selections, averaged 31 points per game in the playoffs, and dropped a career-high 73 in a single night. LeBron, in his first 6 years, had 3 first-team selections, a 29-point playoff average, and a career high of 61. That means Luka is doing prime LeBron stuff, just faster, cleaner, and with more control. And let's not ignore this part either. Out of the two, only one guy ever left his team chasing titles. Luka stayed locked in until the front office made the move. That alone should tell the Lakers exactly who they need to stand behind. And when the game gets tight, when it's winning time, Luka is operating on a whole different level than LeBron right now. And everyone watching can feel it. Take the January 10th, 2026 game against Memphis. The first night of that back-to-back, fourth quarter was tight. Lakers down 2 with 4:30 left. Pressure all over the floor. Then Luka flipped a switch like he had another gear saved just for that moment. Over the final 5 minutes, he hit 7 of 9 shots, including a nasty step-back 3 that basically shut the door on the game. Now compare that to a similar crunch time moment earlier against Phoenix. LeBron hit a late jumper, sure, but the team actually played worse with him on the floor, finishing that stretch at -3. Or look at the January 12th Memphis rematch, where everything came down to the final 2 minutes. In that window, Luka dropped 8 points, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds, while still creating wide-open looks just by pulling all the defensive attention. LeBron's true shooting in the final 5 minutes sits around 52%, while Luka is up at 61% at the NBA level, and that gap is massive. And it's not just about numbers. Remember how I said Luka lifts everyone around him? In that Memphis back-to-back, Rui Hachimura scored 22 points across the 2 games while shooting 70% from the field. Austin Reeves knocked down 5 clutch threes, all sparked by Luka's decision-making and control. Compare that to the Toronto game where LeBron finished with 8 points. That was the same night the Lakers lost their rhythm and had to rely on a heavily contested 3 from a role player just to force overtime. And that circles right back to the main point. Right now, Luka is outperforming LeBron in every meaningful area: scoring, passing efficiency, floor control, leadership, and durability. So when MJ said retirement was calling, it wasn't a jab at all. It was simply the truth being said out loud. But here's where it really gets interesting. Jordan was backing Luka way before things ever got this chaotic. Back in 2022, a clip went viral of MJ hugging Luka, and that wasn't some quick dap or fake smile. That was a real proud big bro hug, full of respect. And you need to understand how rare that is. The last time we saw MJ show that kind of energy toward another player was with Kobe Bryant. That wasn't random. That was a stamp of approval from the greatest to ever touch the game. Now compare that to MJ with LeBron that same night. Yeah, it was awkward. MJ didn't even try to hide how he felt. Then there's Allen Iverson. Iverson has never been the type to sugarcoat anything. When he was asked about Luka's style years ago, he said it straight, no filter. And before anyone overreacts, that was Iverson giving the highest compliment he knows how to give. But here's the twist. Iverson later went on ESPN and was asked directly about the LeBron situation. And I've rarely seen someone be that blunt. He said it's time for him to leave. It's Luka's time. No dancing around it. No PR talk. And that's the part that should really make people uncomfortable. The legends aren't being diplomatic anymore. Do you know how serious it has to be for legends to openly pick a side between LeBron James and Luka Dončić? This isn't one voice, it's a full-on consensus. And LeBron feels it too. Deep down, he knows the shift is happening. You can feel it in the locker room, on the court, and even in the crowd. There have been whispers that this change has created real tension behind the scenes, even leading to confrontations. Luka isn't just the future anymore. He's the present. His rise has forced the Lakers to redefine who's in charge, and that's a tough pill to swallow when you spent 20 years being that guy. One of the first real signs of that shift showed up when Luka openly talked about a private rotation meeting with coach JJ Redick, one that LeBron wasn't even part of. After a blowout win over Sacramento, Luka explained that he and Redick had pre-game talks about minutes and roles for that night, and LeBron wasn't included in that discussion at all. That might sound subtle, but it's massive. Coaches don't break down rotation details with a new star unless there's real trust in his leadership. And then there are the moments fans caught on camera and replayed nonstop. No public blow-ups, of course. Those never leak, but the tension still shows. You can see it in the body language. Multiple post-game interactions between LeBron and Luka have looked awkward, like two alpha personalities feeling each other out. There was even a viral clip where LeBron straight up ignored Luka's handshake. That wasn't nothing. People close to the team have been hinting at it too. One anonymous reporter put it plainly: LeBron isn't used to sharing the floor with someone else who commands the team. There's a real dynamic here. Luka's confidence comes naturally, while LeBron is still trying to hold control the only way he knows how. And honestly, that's why you can't blame the legends for siding with Luka. When you watch Luka play, it's impossible to miss something rare. He carries the soul of basketball, not flashy for highlight clicks, but pure feel for the game. He reminds you why people fell in love with this sport in the first place. You see MJ's ice-cold mid-range, Bird's vision, Magic running the floor like a general, and Shaq's presence, all rolled into one mindset. And then you realize just how much Luka channels the past, and that's the wild part. At just 26, he's the first player since Kobe to truly bring that old-school energy while still dominating in today's pace and space NBA. Start with fearlessness. Luka doesn't dodge contact, doesn't shy away from crunch time shots, and never ducks responsibility when everything's on the line. Look at that Memphis rematch earlier in the year. That was straight up old school dominance, the kind of leadership that instantly reminds you of MJ or Kobe. Even his step back threes, flashy and modern, carry the same DNA as a classic Jordan fadeaway. And don't even get me started on how complete his game is. He's a guard who rebounds like a forward, creates like an elite playmaker, and scores from anywhere on the floor. His basketball IQ is on another level too. Luka reads defenses in real time, anticipates switches, and bends the floor just by existing. Even Gilbert Arenas, who almost never hands out praise, said Luka reminds him of the old NBA minds, the kind of IQ you simply can't teach. So while Luka is tapping into everything we connect with classic greatness, LeBron, legendary resume and all, is starting to feel like a fading chapter. And if you've been paying attention around the league, the Lakers front office isn't even trying to hide it anymore. Luka is the guy. LeBron, he's slowly becoming optional. This isn't drama or disrespect, it's strategy. The Lakers GM, Rob Pelinka, has said more than once the team is building the next 10 years around Luka. And that tells you exactly where this is headed. And it's not just what's being said on camera either. According to insiders, every roster move, trade conversation, and draft decision is already being made with Luka in mind. They're building a team that fits him, grows with him, and thrives around him. Not reshaping everything for a 41-year-old chasing one last ring. Even the marketing tells the story loud and clear. Luka is on the billboards. Luka is front and center in the arena, in season ticket promos, and all over Instagram campaigns. Everything points to Luka, and this isn't new for the Lakers. Look at history. Magic had Worthy and Scott. Shaq had Penny and Kobe. And eventually, Kobe became the centerpiece. This franchise always makes the shift quietly before the league fully catches on. That's exactly what's happening right now with Luka. Even game management shows it. LeBron's minutes are carefully controlled while Luka runs the offense for long stretches. So when people ask who's really in charge, it's not just about stats. The front office clearly knows what Luka brings to the table. At this point, the ending is already written. LeBron just gets to choose how it looks. He can step back the right way, pass the keys to Luka, and let the league remember him as the legend who knew when the time had come. That wouldn't erase anything. If anything, it would elevate his legacy. Or he can stay in the way until the Lakers, the front office, and reality make the decision for him. And that version isn't pretty. Luka is already here. This team is his. The future is his. The only real question left is this: does LeBron exit like a legend, or does he get pushed out like a relic? If you made it this far, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video, because this shift is happening whether people are ready or not.